Spanish agreement might seem like a tiny minor detail that you don't have to worry about. In reality, this is something that you can fix easily and that is going to help you sound more natural and more precise when you speak Spanish. Spanish agreement simply means that certain words need to match the gender number of the noun they are working with. Agreement affects adjectives blanco, negro, caro, barato, determiners such as articles, possessive, and demonstratives el, la, mis, and when it comes to verbs, we need to ensure that we conjugate it to mark the number of the person. So in simple words, agreement means that if I have a singular noun, my conjugations, my adjectives, and the determiners that I use need to be singular. On the other hand, if I'm working with a plural noun, my conjugation, the adjectives, the determiners that I use to describe that noun need to be, you got it, plural. So let me give you some examples so you can see by yourself what this agreement thing means. La gente estaba muy enojada. People were very angry. Gente in Spanish, even though refers to a group of people, is a singular noun. And to make things a little bit worse, even though it finishes with E, it's also feminine. So as you can see, the rest of the words that I'm using in this sentence reflect that information. Singular, feminine. La, for example, is a singular feminine article. Estaba, well, that's a singular conjugation, and enojada is an adjective and is reflecting this singular feminine information. Let me give you another example. Mis sobrinos son muy graciosos. Sobrinos is a noun over here. It's a plural masculine noun. And as you can see, the words that I'm using here are showing that agreement. Mis, that's plural. I don't have gender over here, but I have the number. Son, that's plural conjugation again. And graciosos is marking gender and number. Over here though, I want you to notice the word muy, very. Muy in Spanish is an adverb. It doesn't work with nouns, it helps you intensify the qualities that you're describing. In this case, those characteristics are graciosos, muy graciosos. Because of this, muy and other adverbs are not going to change to mark gender and number. Their job is just to intensify. They don't care about agreement. So let's go check the third example. Estas estudiantes son muy inteligentes. In Spanish, we always need to mark gender. Over here, I have estudiante. Nouns and adjectives that end with E or naturally A are not going to change to mark gender. For example, estudiante, periodista, policía. I'm going to use the same word whether I'm talking about a female student or a male student. However, gender is still crucial in Spanish, which means that we need to mark it. And to mark gender, when I have words like this, I'm going to use whatever I have to express gender. In this case, what I have at hand is the determiner. Estas estudiantes allows you to know that I'm referring to a group of female students. Not marking gender with words like estudiante, periodista, and adjectives like inteligente is a common mistake that a lot of students make and that you need to avoid. When it comes to agreement, you also need to be careful with pronouns. Pronouns are going to replace a noun. So because they are acquiring the qualities of the noun, you need to make sure that when you use pronouns, you're marking gender and number as well. So let's see this example building on my previous example with the female students. Esas son muy calladas y trabajan todo el día. We already know that before I was talking about female students, estudiantes. So to replace estudiantes, I'm going to use esas, and as you can see, the rest of my element, esas son muy calladas y trabajan todo el día, are still delivering that information. Feminine, calladas, plural, and the conjugation again, plural. What happens with this sentence? El agua está muy fría. Okay, what's going on here? Everything seems to be feminine, but yet you have this L before agua. This is one of those wonderful exceptions in Spanish. Let me tell you what's going on. So first, agua is a feminine word. In Spanish, we have this wonderful rule that says that every time we have a singular feminine word that starts with stressed A sound, we need to use the masculine article el. For example, agua, alma, área, águila, those are feminine words that are going to work with el. Why? Because if you say la agua, there are too many A sounds going on there. You don't even know where la ends and where agua begins. We want to ease the pronunciation, and to do that, we are going to replace la with el agua. You see how it flows? El agua, el alma, el área. However, this pronunciation trick is not going to change the gender of your word. That's why we say things like el agua está muy fría. Also, this is only applied for singular words. If I say aguas, I don't need to use the masculine article anymore. I'm just going to say las aguas están muy frías. So even though it's a weird rule, we still have agreement there. It's just that we're doing a pronunciation trick to ease our pronunciation. So now that you understand how agreement works, I have a little challenge for you. I'm going to pop some sentences over here. You can pause the video, and your job is to identify mistakes and try to fix the mistakes that you find. You can leave me your answers in the comments, and I'm going to give you feedback if you need it. Remember that if you're ready to start practicing your listening and comprehension, you can take this same lesson on my Spanish immersion channel. I'm also going to leave you a link in the description to a guide about noun and adjective agreement. You're going to find more examples in this guide and some printable resources so you have these rules with you all the time. So that's it for today, guys. If you found this video helpful, please let me know by hitting the like button, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye!